Welcome back, folks, to No Man's Sky. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we're going to be doing some very important things, alright? We're going to be talking about this series going forward, how much I love this series so far. Now, I'm recording this actually way ahead of time, believe it or not. Only the first and second and third episodes have came out on this. So I will be pausing after this. Just to catch up, let the videos catch up to me. But that being said, this game has a lot in it, right? And we need to make sure we're not letting you guys or me get confused about what's going on in the game, because there's so much going on at one time with inventories and what you get. And we're going to be doing a good discussion, or just a quick layout today as we're upgrading some things today. So first off, last episode we got that new ship. I'm calling it the new hotness for now. I did get some of them pods, and we have a little bit more storage. Now, I feel like I don't want to advance too far and too fast in the game. So some of the things we're going to be doing, I'm going to limit myself in the beginning, because you can get way ahead really quickly if you want to do. And I feel like we're at a good spot right now. And moving forward, I'm going to try to simplify this series quite a bit, because if you're not a person, if you're a person that just watches for some reason that you like watching, like Mark and some others, this game might be tough to stomach at first with all the stuff. So we're going to simplify it. And we don't want to go too fast. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is at the start of every episode, right, we're going to do one suit upgrade, and we're going to find one starship. Whether they help us or not, no big deal. And I'm only going to explain this once. Normally, to start out an episode, I'll just grab a suit upgrade, and you'll see me at a ship. But I do want to show how I'm going to do this, so it's not confusing before we get into the other stuff that we're going to do this episode. So have you guys seen last episode, when you go and you find checkpoints, you get these navigational datas. And when we come in here, we have the cartographer, and we were able to get these exchanged for specific charts. We can use these chart navigation datas, right, for either these, which are the easiest way to find distress signals or downed ships, and you can also use these we can exchange 3 of them for an exosuit upgrade. So each episode, I'm just going to start out with one of them. That way we're not moving too fast. A lot of times the ship we find that's broken, probably not going to help us, and we'll sell it. But it is something to do every episode to start off with. It's very simple and easy to follow. So right now we're going to actually grab a couple of these charts while we're here. And just today, I will show you how I use these to find how I use them to find it. So we'll start off with the exosuit upgrade, okay? And I'll do this right with you. Oh, that's a really nice ship right there. Hostile subspace. Oh, okay. So you can see it. Remember, we got scanned there for a second. We're going to talk about that hostile subspace scan later on. Let's go here down to the planet. And now we're going to go ahead and do our drop pod. And like I said, when I do this in the episode, I'm just going to start out at the pod, right? So we're not going to have a long drawn out thing of getting to the pod. Let's go ahead and drop down. Let's consume one of these, and it should show us where a drop pod is, and they're pretty much everywhere. All right, where are you? Oh, it's over this way. Is it close by? No, it isn't. We gotta go up into space. If we do them within the planet, they always show up in the planet here. So let's go up into space. and we're gonna head to it. The reason for this, guys, is there's so much in this game, and even I am starting to get like, oh man, I got so much going on in this, and I want to get this structured so that we're not too chaotic. But we're gonna come down here, land at this drop pad for the beginning part of this, and we're gonna drop right in here. And actually, you'll be able to see how we get the navigational data, because I'm going to start with that. So every time I come down here to the drop pod, there's almost always a couple things that we can do. We normally have these chests right here, these damaged containers. We'll grab that. We'll see what's in this. Okay, we got a microprocessor. That's actually good. That's helpful. We'll grab this one. And we got a Viking dagger. Oh, okay. And normally I scan the area because sometimes there's like buried salvage data close by. There's more cargo drops over there. Ancient data structure, which I'm gonna go grab actually in a second here. Let me remember that. Just so you guys are aware. And then this is where we get the data. So I just hit the save point, and we get one of them data things. You see, where is it? Navigational data. Then we'll go over to the drop pod. I actually thought these were going to cost money. These are free, and that's why I want to be careful I don't do too many too quick. So one per episode. And I just have, I'm going to make a bunch of these things, right? So that I have them always in my inventory. We're going to do antimatter housing, and we'll do that. I'm gonna make a bunch of these just so I have them in my inventory all the time. There's that, and then we need carbon nanotubes. There we go. And how I'll start out the episode is I'll just start out you guys on this screen here, and we can either upgrade our technology or our cargo. I'm just actually gonna do our technology slots, and the reason being is I'm kind of a completionist. I'd rather get these done before all the storage. I know that just sounds dumb, so that's what we'll do for that one. Really quickly, I'm actually going to run over here and show you why I'm going to grab this data thing quick. So anytime we scan and we see these stars, right? Sometimes it'll be one, sometimes it'll be two, sometimes it'll be three. They're kind of really important things. And just while I'm in the area, we can see these give us some navigational data. So I'm going to grab that. And a lot of times while I'm here, I'll just scan and see if I get a buried technology. That's where we get the salvage data. And then, like, for example, where was it? There was, like, some resource over here. Where are you? There we go. It's this. See, it's buried in here? And I might just grab something like that while I'm here. Now, that being said, we're going to go ahead. And now I'm going to show you how I find the distress signals for the ship. And this is a little bit tougher, because sometimes when you do these, it's not always a distress signal. Sometimes it's an observation, a crashed freighter, or abandoned building. And you can see this is an abandoned building. So now I'm going to go do this abandoned building and try to get a distress signal. And like I said, I'm not always going to show you guys this. I'm just going to show you guys when I find the crashed ship. But I do want to show you guys the journey of how this will be every episode, because sometimes you guys will wonder why I have the stuff that I do, right? And also, I'm going to have a notebook where I write down, you know, if there's something weird, I'll have to remember where I got it from. So these abandoned buildings, they're all pretty much the same. And I have to do this, otherwise I can't do another one of them things. Like, if I don't come to this building and clear it, I can't use another planetary chart to get a ship, so I got to do this. So we're going to go in here, grab the goop. It's going to give me a thingy doodler. It's going to tell I can say it's weird. Something like that. It's always going to be the same on this part of it. And what can be different, however, is when we analyze the data. Sometimes we get nothing, sometimes we get nanites, sometimes we get a blueprint. Alright, this time we got nanites. Alright, and then this will help us raise our standing with the Viking group. There's a damaged machinery over here we're gonna grab. And what are we gonna get from this? Did we get nothing? Really? We got nothing? Oh, we got more nanites. I will take that. So, we got a word for width. Alright, cool. Not bad. So you guys can see now. Now I'm going to use one of them planetary ones. But I'm going to go to a different planet. Because if I remember right, when we were hunting the starships last episode, this one I got more abandoned buildings than I did anything else. And we're going to hop over. I think we might go back to... If you guys don't know, we're fittingly on Uno. The first planet we spawned on. This is where we started our journey. I'm going to head over by our base. Because I feel like there might be a chance we can get... We'll use one of these distress maps on there and see if we can't get a ship, guys. Alright, so this one, it just gave us another abandoned building. So, like I said, when we do the beginning of the episodes, you won't see this. I'll just have it where we come into a downed ship every episode. Let me clear this one out. I'll try again. Alright, that's awesome. We got a distress beacon, and I don't think it's a freighter, because normally it'll say it's a freighter. But a lot of times we get a freighter, we'll get like freighter parts from it. Let's see, there's please no guy around here. That would be great. Sometimes it's a guy that just needs help fixing his ship, and that can be a pain. So sometimes you get lucky and you get a down ship right away. Other times, it'll be a ship like this, and I think this is actually a down ship, so I'll show you guys what I do each time. We can either attempt to take the multi-tool or enter the cockpit. Alright, so this, sometimes you get really interesting stuff from this, so I do want to show you this. This is one time. Smacked rack of military tools. Oh, secured by a sparkling alien lock mechanism. So I'm guessing if I try to take the multi-tool, I'll get hurt. And the cockpit door hangs slightly ajar, and I can see operational equipment inside. So we could either maybe try to get equipment, or we could try to take the multi-tool. Let's try to maybe take the multi-tool. Alright, so we got hurt. But we got a B class. Okay. Alright. I mean, I think we take it, but I don't think we use it. It's a free one we can add to our collection. And we could maybe sell it or use some stuff later off of it. That's the only time. I've seen that come up before, but I didn't take the multi-tool because I didn't want you guys to think I was like rushing ahead. It's just something we get. I'm not sure where we use that. Swap multi-tool. Okay, yeah. So we can swap it right there. Okay, good to know. And we'll know that when we trade stuff in. And then over here, there's always this one as well. So let's grab this. And we can get different stuff off of here. And then the freighters, when I do the freighters, we'll get distress signals for big crash freighters. I think we showed that already once. And you get some really cool stuff out of the cargo pods. So I always like to use my handy dandy notebook. And I'm going to write down, if I get ever anything unique off of this, I'll have it written down so that it comes, so that way we can... when it comes time to know where I got it for an episode, I'll have that. Now, clearly, we are not going to switch to this ship because our ship is better. However, we are going to, so this is what we'll start out with in the episode. We'll grab a drop prod for 2 seconds. You'll see me what slot I do. And then right here, we're going to just load up to where we're at a ship. All right. First ship that I run across that's crashed. Now, I might have to do the abandoned buildings and stuff to get there, but that's what we'll do. And I think this guy, we're honestly just going to fix up and sell. All right, I think that's what we're going to do. Get us some extra cash for the episode. And then real quickly, I'll actually show this so you guys can see what I do each time. I only repair the pulse engine. And I won't show this every time. I'll just, I'll just start the episode normally. And then we'll go ahead, go up. And what I normally do is I just take this to the space station. How far away are we? Where are you, space station? Oh, do I not? There we go. But this should simplify it. So normally all this that you guys seen will take 30 seconds at the beginning of an episode. I'll just start with the episode at a drop pod. And then we'll go, our next thing is I'll showcase the distress ship that I found. Because sometimes we might find a really crazy one. Most of the time it's going to be one like this where we're going to take it to the space shuttle or space station. And we're just going to scrap it. But I do want to show all this in one episode. Because I do believe it's important. Because we get some stuff from this a lot of times. Can we go in and land? There we go. Like this thing, if we repaired this shield, we could get this shield off of it, right? But a lot of times when we land and we just scrap it, oh, you know what? I have to sell some items quick because my inventory is full to the gourd. It is. It's absolutely full. So, bring you with for this. I'll just come over here, buy and sell. I'll go to my inventory. What do we not need? Okay, we don't need these Gek relics. Let's sell them. We do not need these thoraxes. Let's go ahead and get rid of the starship. We just need a couple slots because what it'll do is it'll give us some stuff off of this to sell to make our money off the ship. We don't need that as well. Alright, so we're good there. And a Corvex casing. That should help my inventory, right? I do have a bunch of free slots now. Absolutely. We'll get the navigational data up here. Life support up here. There we go. Inventory is key. And we're going to be talking a hair more about inventory. So this is where you go right here to actually salvage it. We're going to begin salvage. And then we're claiming the scrap that is worth 1,500. There we go. And it seems to be about normally a third of the value of what the ship is when you go look at it. So then we're going to sell them parts we just got. This one is one for 500,000. We should have some more in here. Where are they? Subatomic regulators. And spools and nano cables. Perfect. So then that's how we would start out. It does put our ship here. And actually, this is one annoying thing, is it does keep bringing back our normal first ship. I think we might just destroy that normal first ship. Sadly, I did want to keep it for nostalgia. But because it keeps doing that, it keeps putting that as the default ship. Kind of annoying, right? So I think we're gonna salvage this ship right here. Oh, and we got a lot of money off of that actually. So peace out, our first ship. And again, we'll just sell this really quickly. The parts from it. Sad to see it go, but when it keeps being the ship, that pops up all the time when I'm doing that stuff, it can be super obnoxious. And we have over 30 million. So you can see, good way to make money. And then, wait, where is my ship? Okay, I was going to say, that's not my ship. There we go. So this one will spawn up here by default. And we have a new thing, another thing here that we're going to do this episode yet. And to be honest, it's not going to be that difficult, but it is going to be huge, and I'll talk about it. We get scanned. If I'm carrying too much in space, we get scanned, right? And then I get attacked if the stuff is too valuable. So we need to quit carrying all this stuff on me. And like I said, when I get stuff, I will write it down in my handy dandy notebook of where I got it. Also, did I get... Oh, you can see I got all these upgrades from scrapping, by the way. So if you wonder where them come from... Oh, that's where they are, right there. We'll have to remember that. Can we use any of these while you're with? So if you wonder if sometimes I might have a weird upgrade. We have a phase beam. Can we put that somewhere? A phase beam thingy doodler. That seems to be for there, so let's get that down here. No. Alright, so we're gonna dismantle that one. Same thing here. Starship shield. We'll take a look. Nope, we have too many of them already. We'll take that. So there's a lot to do in a episode, but I won't show you all this for the pulse engine. Pulse engine. So that's all for that. Alright, well, we could use that, I guess. What is this? The hyperdrive module? So that'll help our hyperdrive. I don't think we have one of these, so we'll just put this in here and then just scrap it. We could sell it for nanites, but honestly, you get some decent resources from scrapping them. And again, a shield is going to overload us, so we don't need that. Let's scrap that as well. Alright, so now you guys can kind of see the process that'll be behind the scenes normally in an episode. So we're on the anomaly. And we talked about how our storage is tough and we're full. And a lot of the stuff we don't need to carry with us. So what I did is I talked about the buried technologies that you see on the map all the time. Can we get up here? Nope, we're gonna have to walk up here. Today we're gonna do a small upgrade to our base. Nothing fancy, but I want to get storage in our base going, just so I can store some of the stuff. You see, we got stuff for freighters and stuff I don't want to sell, and I had been selling it up until now, but now I just want to store it. Like, we got multi-tool expansion slots, and I don't necessarily want to do that this episode, so I want to be able to store it, but you can see the value of these things are pretty high, and it's going to make us get attacked all the time. So we're going to go to our construction resource place, and we're going to go to the storage one, and we're going to learn these. These are storage containers, and you can obviously store stuff. Now, one thing I do know, or I'm assuming, I don't know, is these are numbered. So I'm guessing these are links. So if we build one that's a number 0 at one base, it's going to have the same inventory. It's going to share the inventory from that to another base. So we can't just get one. We're going to grab a few of these. And I'm guessing that's what the numbers mean from these. Awesome. And these look cheap to build. So we're going to build these today. And let's see. How many of these do we have? We had 30 salvage. So we could get 1 through 5, I think. But I'm thinking clearly these are going to be linked because of this game being so spread out and being in different systems. Oh, our multi-tool? Oh, we gotta switch our multi-tool here. Or trade it for another one, or scrap it or something. That's awful. Can we... What is this multi-tool? Maybe we end up building a rifle one? Down the road? You know what? Let's exchange this crappy one we just got for free. Let's just exchange it for this one so I have a rifle type one. I don't think we're going to do anything with it anytime soon, but it'd be nice to have that as a backup. Alright. Now that we've learned... Also, I want to switch our multi-tool. Utilities, multi-tool. Yeah. Let's... Now we should have our good multi-tool, right? Yeah, alright, there we go. Now that we have that all done, I'm going to head back to our base, and we're going to build these storage units. Now that we're at base, let's see if we can figure out where these are and to build them. Okay, so... Awesome. Are these things huge? Oh, they're friggin' huge, man. Oh. Ooh, I did not know that. Alright, that's okay. We're just gonna build as many as we can. Oh, wrong button. We're gonna build as many as we can. Limit one per base. So yes, absolutely. So if we build the two, they're not limited, right? Nope. That's exactly what I figured. So these, I'm guessing, are going to be linked. Can not build. I'm missing magnetized ferrite. So we got to put... Let's grab ferrite dust. Will that give us... That'll give us pure ferrite. Alright, so in this one, can we do... Alright, put that in here. We should have pure ferrite in something. There we go. I think this gives us magnetized. There we go. Perfect. And then we'll just keep this going. I'm going to grab... I don't know how many we needed, but we'll grab this for now just so we can keep building. So this would be number 2. Alright, and then we can't because that's limit 1 to base. Missing components. We need more magnetized ferrite. Okay, cool. That seems to be plenty there. We'll be good now. And I do looks like I have to power these bad boys. So we're going to be putting 6 of these down. Yes, 0 through 5. So there is another one. I do not want that snapping to the other one. Do we put one over here maybe? Oh, we don't have enough of that again? Okay, give me a second. Apparently it uses a lot of magnetized ferrite. Boom. Can we put it over here? I don't want it blocking our other ones. Oh, are these not facing forward? Oh. Edit place parts. L2. L2. Crud. So, we gotta pay attention to how they place, apparently. Boom. So, front ways. And then we'll do one over here. So, this will be our storage. Oh, them are definitely poking out the back, aren't they? Let's go see quick. Gross. I might have to replace them quick. Yep. I'll replace them. Give me a minute. We are back, and they do require power, but it doesn't seem like it's something that's too crazy. Our battery's still staying fully powered, so I don't see an issue with it. And we have them all out. They're not going through the walls everywhere. Also, I noticed we can rename these, which is awesome. Okay? So I'm guessing I'll have these. I don't want to bore you with sorting out my storage, but just so you guys know, I'll probably make one like resources, you know, normal resources. Maybe this one will be like more refined resources or rare. Maybe this one will be like Corvette parts. Maybe this one will be freighter parts. Maybe this one will be processed materials. I don't know, but that's what I'm going to do. Another thing is, and that'll help us with inventory because right now sometimes I get scanned and attacked by pirates, which I would show you guys, but I feel like it's really early in the series to be fighting pirates all the time, right? So we can store this away. And then also, I can't really plan anything ahead because you guys can see what I have in my inventory, right? Like, you know, you guys can see what's in my ship and my exosuit. So I'm going to get to sorting inventory. And that way, when I'm out and about finding buried technology to learn stuff, if I find some cool things, we can just store it away for later. But in a kind of a summary quick, so every episode from here on out, we'll start with a drop pod getting a storage slot in our inventory. And then we'll start with a ship. Just two really quick cuts, and then we'll go on with the rest of the episode. And that way we don't progress too fast and stuff like that. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you folks next time.